Hold on. There we go. Okay, so today we are going to do some bug hunting in F125. We're going to spend 2 hours, exactly 2 hours right now, finding as many bugs as we can within that period of easy. Because for me, when I launch the game lags like mad. Let me show you. I'll press play now and we'll time it. Where's the time? I haven't got a timer. Where's the timer? There we go. 2 minutes 40. I press that button of the stream. And what happens is, after about 3.5 minutes, the game lags like mad for about 5 seconds. Now, this isn't widespread. I know a couple of other people that have got it. I don't know if it's linked to PC, Steam, playing in 4K, having a 4090, having an AMD 7950X 3D, my certain motherboard. I don't know what it is, but it always happens. A Moser, possibly. It always happens to me, right? Every single time. It's perfectly replicable for me. Now, 5 seconds of lag, 3.5 minutes after launching the game, isn't the end of the world. But what is annoying is that sometimes the lag is so bad that it crashes the game. I've had it before where it's taken me 3 or 4 times to actually successfully launch the game, which is obviously an issue because if that lag gets worse, or if maybe it's worse for some of the people, the game genuinely might not launch, as in it is impossible to play, which is a much bigger issue. So let me skip through here.
The 2018 World Championship, 5 times, mate, 5 times.
Now, another bug, while I wait for this 3.5 minute thing, is if you go, I don't even know if I can do it because of the pop-up that's there at the moment. If you go into F to make a lobby too quickly, before it's finishing communicating with servers, above me here, the game will just simply just freeze. Hold on, let me show you it, if I can. But I think this pop-up here, no, there's no pop-up. Okay, might better do it. Hold on, F1 World, play. I very quickly go to it and then go to multiplayer. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. God damn it, that's probably too slow now. Multiplayer. Yeah, it's fine now. I've had it before where it'll click it and it'll just be blank and it will just completely freeze the game. We'll maybe try and make that happen again in a second. That seems to be okay now. But you've got to be pretty quick. You've got to get in there pretty quickly, but I didn't do it today. Looks like it's working fine now. So we're still waiting for this game to lag. It's now been almost 2 minutes, so it should be about another minute or so before it lags. But I want your guys' help. I want your guys' help. If you're in live chat right now, I will reach out in just a second. I'm just going to cover this 3.5 minute thing first. But if you're in chat, I want to know what bugs that you've got that are common, you know about them, you know how to replicate them, and we can make them happen right here on stream and send it to EA. Just give me a second though. Let me finish off. No, wrong thing. I'll do actually. Oh. Okay, the game just crashed. I don't know why, I've never had that before. There's a bug, but unfortunately it needs to be replicable, so the game crashed. That's all we know. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's try again. Wait, I just launched the game. 520 from that screen showing up. We'll say that. So I think they will release a free patch at the launch of F126. So it's what that patch contains. I'm hoping today, if we can find enough replicable bugs, they can fix some of them included within that patch. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm doing this now. Open mail that sometimes won't show up. Okay, again, I'll give it a go. It has to be replicable. We have to be able to make it happen time and time again. Have I joined you around? Not really, no. Claire, thank you for the 200 bits. Appreciate that. Wait, when did I launch it again? Did I say... what time did I launch the game? I did say it out loud a minute ago. The original one was 240. This one was... What's it? Someone tell me. Someone help. Was it 520? Thank you, Declan. Got no memory. Right, again, I'm just going to try and go into make a lobby as quickly as I can. If you go in really quickly, it does just freeze the game. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it quick enough. And don't get me wrong, again, it's a minor one because you have to go in quickly, but it's one of those that should be easy to fix. If it's the sort of thing that you can replicate and make happen every single time you play the game, it should be fairly easy to fix. No, it's fine now. Interesting. Okay, maybe it's not as replicable as I thought it was. There is definitely some issues with communicating with game servers, so maybe it's something to do with... you see it saying that at the top left? See that? Continuously saying that. It's something to do with, if it's saying that, sometimes the online features don't really work until it's finished doing that. So maybe it's more to do with what's going on their servers then. Maybe if their servers are particularly busy, could be something like that. If their servers are really busy, maybe it takes longer or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's fine. We can make that happen. Right, 520. So I reckon it's 3.5 minutes. We need to go to 840. We've got about another minute or so. Any other bugs that you guys know of that are blatant and you know how to replicate? Wet weather icons, yes, fantastic one. Do you know what? I'm going to make a note of these so I don't forget them. Wet weather icons is a brilliant one that I definitely want to. So F125 bugs. Wet weather icons. Yes, that's a fantastic one. That's a perfect example, the sort of thing that we can just go and make happen like that really, really easily and show EA how to replicate it, because it's what happens 100% of the time. It's actually quite an annoying bug, and it's hopefully a fairly easy bug for them to fix as well. That's a really good one. That's a perfect example of the sort of bugs we're looking for today. Sprint results in Korea, another great one. Yep. Yep. Sprint results in Korea. Yep. What else? We're definitely going to come up with loads more. Right, let's just see if this lags. So I reckon we're at 840. We're at 815. Let's see. You'll be able to see it lag. I mean, I'll lag. It lags my whole PC. It's like major lag for about 5 seconds, which should happen in about 10 seconds time or so. Let's see if it's as replicable as I think it is. Well, it is replicable because it happens every single time. I don't know if it's exactly 3.5 minutes necessarily though. Let's see. Again, you'll see it. If I keep moving as well, you'll definitely see it. Where are we? 8. There's 840. About now. Wait, no, it was 20. It was 520. So we'll be 850. 10 more seconds. What should not happen now? Come on, do it. Do it. There it is. No, wait. No, I lied. There's not exactly 3.5 minutes. There. Exactly. No, it didn't crash the game. It didn't crash the game. But there you go. That was at 9:05 or so. So that was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But that one was about 3 minutes and 40 seconds after I launched the game. That happens to me every single time I launch the game. And sometimes that will crash the game. So there. That's bug number 1. Found, replicated, confirmed. So let's do this, the icons one. Let's do the icons one. Grand Prix mode. Let's go into a new Grand Prix. So I can show this one super easily, right? It doesn't matter what track we're going to choose, or which car, or which driver. So all that matters really is weather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do... Oh, I also need to set quality. Hold on. So if I put a quality on and a 50% distance race, right? Short quality, 50% distance race. That doesn't matter too much. Then weather, I'm going to put on custom. How do I do that? How do I do custom? Maybe go customize. So in qualify, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to full rain. Very wet, right? Fully raining in qualifying. I'm going to set... I'm going to set everything to fully wet, right? And then the race, I'm going to set to clear. Probably need to do it once, but I'm going to do it lots of times to be absolutely sure. There you go. So quite clearly, qualifying is wet, full wet. Race is full dry, right? Night is day. Clear as day. That's what it is, right? So that's what, of course, what the forecast should say. And I wonder if it's an approximate forecast thing. I don't know. I'll put to approximate purely because I normally have it to approximate. Maybe that's the issue. So that's what I've done. And if we load in now, what we're going to see is the weather icons between quali and the race, they're the same, even though the weather is very different. That's what we should see. So it should show the race as raining, even though it's clearly dry. Hold on a sec. I'll look at your guys' bugs. So raining, right?
Welcome, everybody.
Raining.
Radio check. Radio check.
Raining. And you see the race icon at the top there showing as dry. But if I actually go to it, look at those icons. They're all raining. So again, go back to quali. So all raining icons, brilliant. Next 10 minutes, 94% chance, 94%, 94% chance. That's correct, right? Current session, correct. But when you view a future session, it copies the weather icons from your current session. That's exactly what it does. So if I go to the race, those icons are exactly the same as quali, but the percentage chance is correct, along with apparently the icon at the top and the first icon there. That's a bug that's been in the game for many, many years, and is actually very, very annoying because it's very misleading. A casual player would be very confused by that, by going, okay, it's raining in quali. Oh, it's dry. Oh no, it's not. Wait, there's cloud. But also, you probably then start to question what that percentage even means. It's confusing. It's been in the game for years. Please, EA, that would be a mega one to fix for an F126 DLC. I would very much enjoy it if we fix that one. And just to confirm, beyond all reasonable doubt, it's wet in quali. And then if I go to the race, quicker by doing it this way.
With qualifying wraps up now, we
Right, we'll do this one and then I'll jot your guys' bugs down again. A sec. And it's dry, right? It's dry in the race. So everything works except for the icons. The icons copy the current session's weather. That's all. That's all. That's the whole bug. Right. Done. Tick. So what else have you guys got? Let me jot your ones down before I lose them. So we've got these sprint results in Korea. We'll go get that one in a second. Probably blue flag Lucius in practice in quali. I don't know. That one's a feature request, really. Like, it'd be nice if the AI were better and stuff, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Track bumps. Honestly, I feel like the track bumps are already so heavily reported. I'm not even going to bother with that. Pit team not fixing front wing when you've got yellow damage. Yeah, that's a reasonable one, actually. I like that one. Wait, the stream died? What, when it lagged? Yeah, because it lags my whole PC. My whole PC lags like mad for about 5 seconds when it happens. Is it fine now, though? Please confirm that the stream's fine now, just to confirm. Abu Dhabi pit entry. Yes, fantastic one. This is what I wanted to do the stream, right? Because we collectively will have so many bugs that we can be like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one that we all know about. You can't reel them off the top of your head like that. But collectively, we should be able to remember quite a lot of them. It is harder for them to fix if only a few people get the lag, but I get the lag every single time. If they want to fix it, they can come to me and get me and do some investigations on my PC, because it happens to me 100% of the time. And I very much doubt, well, I know I'm not the only one. One of the most frustrating bugs I've run into is in two-player career, probably why it's never been fixed. The grid gets all messed up and doesn't match quali. Oh yeah, two-player career grid not matching. I have seen that, but how can we replicate that reliably? Let me know if you know a way to replicate it. I don't have the game, but from watching your streams, there are a glitch on red flags where you can't swap between wet, dry. Yeah, there is a few red flag glitches. I'll just put red flags question mark. Oh, that's formation up disabled. Is it a two-player career thing? Okay. You can only have one Grand Prix save when there are two slots. Oh yeah, again, that's a feature request on it. It's not a bug, is it? I do agree. It looks weird because it looks like there's multiple things, but I don't think it's a bug. What time did you call this? It's a bit early. This is Citron. Welcome in. I haven't seen your name for a while. The barriers which have a seizure. Okay, yeah. Glitched. I'm gonna glitch seizure barriers. Put that down for now. Double stacking phasing through. Again, though, how do we replicate that? These bugs, we've got to be able to replicate it right here, right now on stream. If you know how to replicate it, like those weather icons bugs, brilliant. If it's one of those that you go, oh, it happens quite a lot, but I don't really know how to make it happen. How do you expect them to fix it if they don't even know how to make it happen? Do you know what I mean? The safety car Delta, the VS again. I'll jot it down. I don't know how we can replicate it. Maybe. Pit lane car freezes during service. Again, it happened, but I don't think I can replicate that. Inters being faster on bone dry track. Can't think of anything. Inters are definitely faster than wets. But I feel like that's right. I don't think there's a bug there. I could be wrong. In case you missed my previous comment, race grid. Oh yeah, I did go through that. Stream's good now. Thank you for confirming. Inters and wets been the same, but they're not though. Wets are slow and wets are terrible, but that's true to real life. Oh yeah, load setup. Yes. Load setup multiple times before it applies, and also load lobby settings multiple times, and also weather not saving. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to look at curbs. I feel like that's so over-reported. Two-player career bug seems to happen randomly, and you can sometimes fix it but not before and restart in a session. Okay. You can report the lag officially, attach a DX tag. Well, I have reported it officially. I have reported it officially. It first happened to me on an F1 24 update about a year ago, and I've reported it then, and I also reported it for F1 25, and they just don't care. I have reported it officially. The VSC delta when entering pits, it gives instant penalty even though you were at the right speed delta. Yes, okay, I like that. VSC delta. Yes, that's a good one. Hires when someone DNFs? Don't know what you mean by that. Oh, as it gets a grid credit. I know, yeah, I do agree. Canada turn 4. Oh, yes, yeah. So Canada turn 4 track limits. Issues with my team. Yeah, I will go through that in a sec. Yeah, you're right. Canada, pit entry bug. Okay, pit entry VSC, or yeah, whatever, VSC bug. Yep. That's where we're getting the fuel efficiency made. This ultimate upgrade makes the car burn more fuel instead of less. I think what it actually does is makes the adjust what you start the race with. And I didn't have that most recently when I did my career mode. Been teleported onto track. Yeah. Getting hard to replicate. Yeah, I've got the Abu Dhabi pit entry one down. Control setups reverting to default. Yeah, we'll look at that in a sec. Racing line breakable into Brazil pits is wrong. Okay, I like that one. Brazil racing line assist in pits is wrong. I suspect that's because they've moved the pit entry. They haven't changed the assist point. Thrustmaster wheel. I can't replicate that. The fuel loads in MFD or estimate laps gets worse every time you upgrade. Yeah. It's all kind of linked to the same thing. Would AI strength and speed not count as a bug? Nah, not really. It's just because the cars are light. Yeah, instant drive through when the VSC gets upgraded. Yeah. Okay. In Super Career, if you fit new engine parts, it bugs the grid. Oh yes, engine parts not applying. That's right. Engine penalties not applying if after quali. I believe that's one. But you're saying Super Career, if you fit new engine parts, it bugs the grid in the race. I'm not sure if that depends when you put the new engine parts in. Okay. Yeah, we can look at that. Not Two Player Career, we can look at that. I have a neat bub, I don't want EA to fix it. Allows you to get out of the circuit on any track. Oh, that sounds incredible. Not sure how it was on PC, but if you touch controller in the pits, the rotation on the wheel gets glitched on the game. The rotation goes max rotation. Oh, yes, the controller stuff. Yes. Controller... how do I even word this? Oh, no, I got one. When you hit quit, it messes up controllers, I think. It's something like that. It might be something like that. Right. Let's crack on with a few of these, shall we? We've got a decent list to go out now. I don't know if I can replicate some of these, but I'll try. So, the first one I'm going to do... I think it's a force feedback one. Can't recall exactly what happens. I think it's force feed... Is it force feedback that goes... Anyway, I'll see if I can replicate this. I'm not sure if I can, and I can't remember exactly what happens, but I believe when you're driving... Let me just get this race started first. So I'm driving, everything's working fine, right? Degrees rotation, force feedback, everything's perfect. I believe if you pause, press quit, the second you press quit, I think it does something weird. And if I go back, I think it's changed something. I've got no force feedback. Force feedback's gone. There you go. So whenever you lose force feedback, it's because you've pressed quit to menu at some point. I don't know how to get this back. Still gone. Still gone. I press quit again. Oh, no, not that. Oh, let's try that. No, it's back. It's back. There you go. It's back. So force feedback exists. Then if I press quit, but then back out, force feedback's gone. There you go. That's perfectly replicable. At least on PC. Maybe on console it's not a thing, but pretty sure you guys can replicate that. Whenever you lose force feedback, it's probably because you press quit to menu. And it's hard to get it to redo it. I think a way clearly was to rewind. I think another way is to you go into your control settings. I think if you disable then re-enable. So if I disable that, and this fixes most of the controller bugs, and then re-enable, I think it'll be back now. Yeah, it's back now. There you go. So that's how to get it back if you're worried if they're not going to fix the bug. But yeah, that again, I've got force feedback. Quit, back, force feedback's gone. 100% of the time. Perfectly replicable. There you go. Right, that's another bug. That's bug number 3. Nah, it's a maximum 2 hours. We're not doing for long because we could be here all day. Yeah, the online services one is a bit of a weird one. There is definitely some bugs there. I don't know how we can perfectly replicate it though. Jana keeps losing it in the middle of races. Yeah, Jana keeps moaning about that. I've not had that. There is one where your degrees rotation gets set really high, isn't there? But I don't know how. Right, I've just instigated a keyboard, as you can see by the fact there's an M at the bottom now. My force feedback's gone, but my there is one where your degrees rotation go really high. I don't know how to make that one happen, to be honest. I have had it quite a bit, but I don't know how to make it happen. Right, that's that done. Sprint results in career. We can tick that one off real quick as well. Yes, the rotation glitch is the same fix. You're right. If you've got 900 degrees rotation set, if you go into your control settings, disable and re-enable, it fixes it, but I don't know how to cause it. Right. Yeah, career mode. How many is that? We've done 3 now. This is going to be like 4 and 5. Okay, on to career mode. Now, there's a couple that I know of in career mode off the top of my head. First of all, the cost cap in here, if you go into finances, the cost cap tab never resets season to season. As you can see, first season we spent, what, I don't know, what's that, 25 mil. Second season we start at 25 mil, we go up to 70 mil. Third season we start at 70 mil, we go up to, you get the idea. The graph doesn't reset, but as far as I'm aware, that's the only thing that doesn't reset. The actual cost cap, the actual rule of the limit amount you can spend does reset. Although I will say also, it's literally impossible to reach the cost cap. But how much is the cost cap? 135 mil. And this season, you can see how much I spent. I spent loads, and I still only spent, what's that, 75 mil? It's impossible to reach it. But still, this graph is bugged. In addition, there's another graph that's bugged. If we go to the results tab, they've actually added, it's a brand new feature actually for this year. You can now, the bottom right there, use a show sprint results button. Previously, you just couldn't see the sprint results at all from this graph. It's absolutely amazing. You click it. Wait. Okay, apparently you click it and it hides everything. What's happened there? Okay, it doesn't like it. Well, that's a bug that I've just found. But other than that, so if you look, so season 3, for example, right? I think Canada, right, was a sprint. Look at the first 4 results, right? This is the feature races. Canada, 1st, 4th, and 7th. 1st, 4th, and 7th. If I show the sprint results... No, okay, Miami's a sprint. Hold on. Miami's a sprint. 2nd, 1st, 3rd. 2nd, 1st, 3rd. This isn't actually the sprint results, is what I'm trying to tell you. This is the feature race results. So although there's a button that shows you the sprint results, and it does correctly filter out the ones that didn't have a sprint, it's actually the wrong results. Again, let's look at Brazil. The sprint results were supposedly 5th, 2nd, and 21st. If I show the normal results, 5th, 2nd, and then DNF, same thing. So they just don't work. It's a cool feature to have to be able to show the sprint results, but they just don't work. And also, apparently, when I look at a previous season and press the button, it just hides all results, and now I can't toggle anything. I have to cycle from different seasons in order to get it back, which is a bit, I've just discovered that one. So technically that's 5 bugs so far. Wait, 6 bugs so far. Got it down. I'm just going to jot these down so I've got an actual log of everything that's in this video that I'm reporting. So that's now 6. Right, anything else in my team while I'm here? Isn't really a replicable one, but I had pit lane start bug, start from the pit lane in a race when I thought you should have... you can't start from the pit lane in a race, can you? when you hit left stick on controller when you're racing, the rotation gets messed up. Maybe it's a controller thing then. I hit left on my wheel and it didn't seem to do anything. Lack of slipstream count as a bug? Unfortunately not. Okay. Should we try that? Let's try that. My game crashed when I plugged wheel. This happens a lot. I don't think I get that. Is it specifically when you're in a race? Let's go back into the car because I want to try. You guys are saying if I press the direction on a controller, it messes up my rotation. So I don't often get it, but I do occasionally get it. We'll try it. We'll try it with keyboard because I very rarely have a controller connected. So we're going to try this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the keyboard in the menus. So the game is now considering keyboard as the main controller. I'm going to go into time trial. We're going to see if my degrees of rotation are set much higher than they should be. So I have it set to 360 in the game. I'm going to go into a time trial now and see if it's messed up this. So people are saying that if they tap their controller, tap the joystick on their controller, it messes up the degrees of rotation on their wheel. So let's see if that works with keyboard because I've definitely had that before as well. Let's see. So then, as soon as I load it in, I've only used the wheel. No, it's fine. It's fine. But it might be controller. Let me grab my controller. Hold on. Okay, so controller connected. I'm going to leave that to the side for now. I'm going to make sure that it was fine, yeah. So the degrees of rotation are set correctly. 360 degrees, happy days. I'm going to flick this left. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. If you flick the joystick on a controller, it sets your degrees of rotation completely wrong. I think it's more that... Let me see, hold on. That's wrong. But then it's still able to reach full lock. I think it's. I don't think this isn't a degrees rotation issue. I think this is a issue that it's still acting like the controller is the main control device because if it's still able to reach full lock. I mean, it's undrivable because the middle doesn't do much. Look at that. But it's basically acting like I'm using a controller. I've got no force feedback as well, by the way. So presumably, if let me just do a rewind. That might reset it. Oh, can I rewind? Not very happy. Okay, it's back. It's fine. Just going into that menu was enough to reset it. So now it's working perfectly. Tap the joystick. Oh, that's fine now. Whoa, that's fine now. Oh, that's interesting. That's scary. And it's still fine. Very interesting. Gosh, don't hold on to the wheel when I'm doing that, Alex. It's fine now. Anyway, there's clearly some sort of glitch there when you... Because obviously, a lot of people on console in particular would have a controller connected next to their wheel. It's so easy to accidentally tap something. I mean, it shouldn't be doing that either, should it? Probably. Seems... I mean, it seems not the best. But, yeah. Right, there you go. Another glitch. Tapping... joystick. Analog stick. Why am I calling it joystick? Analog stick when racing with a wheel messes up. I'll put mess up rotation. That'll do. Right, done. It's weird how it didn't happen the second time, though, isn't it? That's what's weird. Anyway. Hey, Tom, I hope you're good. Any glitches, Tom, that we can replicate here? Game overall, yeah, it counts as a bug. Because that flashbacks fix every glitch. Yeah, it does seem that way. Right. Abu Dhabi pit entry. Let's do that one. That's one that I know that I can perfectly replicate. Because again, I'm being strict here. We're spending 2 hours, and it's more to prove the point that in just 2 hours, with one guy playing the launch version of the game with no debug controls or anything, I'm able to do all of this stuff with your guys' help, of course. And we're going to be able to find and perfectly replicate many, many bugs. That's the point. Because, you know, if we could sit here and do this every week, we could sit here for 12 hours and we might find loads. But that is quite a lot of time then. Let's see. So we need to go into Grand Prix mode, probably. Dhabi. So, the only thing we need to set in the settings, really, is strict corner cutting. Because that's what we're really going to test. Nothing else really matters. We'll just make sure we're on clear, because I don't fancy doing it in the wet. Put damage off. But yeah, strict corner cutting is all that actually matters. Right, let's do it. Flashbacks do postpone failures, but only by a very, very small margin. A very small amount. Like, if you get a failure and then you do a flashback, it postpones it by like sort of 30 seconds. So if it happened on lap 10 and 50, you'd have to do it a lot of times. So yes, that is technically an exploit, but such a minor one. Yeah, how many bugs have we done? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 bugs. Can't reset bug. I can look at that. Baku. Dropped it back here. I can't look back. Oh, it's completely changed. Oh, that's why it wasn't happening anymore. It's completely changed our button configuration. Let's load the different. Yeah, look, Xbox controller. Okay, let me disconnect this. There you go. Realize? Realize? There we go. There we go. There you go, it's fixed it. There you go, done. Right, oh god. Brazil, yeah, the Brazil race line will do, because I agree, yeah, that sounds perfectly replicable. Another one I've just thought of is, under red flags, you can get engine failures on the restart, which is odd. I will just jot that down. Red flag engine failure on restart. I can't, well, I could make that happen, but the odds of it happen to make it happen in this very stream is slim. But it happened literally yesterday in my career mode, so I can show you footage of it happening, and I know how to replicate it. So hopefully the devs have got some debug controls where they can replicate it. I'm just driving to the pit entry, guys, is what I'm doing here. Yeah, what's this car reset bug at Baku, turn 16? Tom, I'm not even going to report bumps, purely because they're so over-reported anyway. And it's more of a physics bug, it's, I don't know. We could, because again, we could literally spend the entire 2 hours just finding bumps, couldn't we, that glitch the car. They know about that, and we're probably going to get an overhaul in 27 anyway. I don't think, yeah, whatever. Okay, so here we go. The bug at Abu Dhabi pit entry is if you're on strict corner cutting, you get a warning for entering the pit with one, I believe you need to go one wheel over the line. So if I do that, no warning. That, still no warning. Okay, is it maybe I wasn't quick enough. Let me try a bit quicker. And try actually sending some speed into here. There you go. So you do have to be going reasonably fast, it seems. But if you put one wheel over the inside white line, which should not be the case, and this is the only pit entry that I'm aware of that this happens. Didn't happen there again. Interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, it happens a lot. It does happen a lot. I wonder if what if we go like... still not. Okay. There you go. Warning. That shouldn't be a warning. That's a perfect example, but that should not be a warning. I'll do it one more time. That should not be a warning. You have to be very... I'm not sure if you cross the outside line if it happens. No. So it's only that inside line. One wheel over the inside line is a warning. It shouldn't be. Simple as that, really. because obviously this is a curb. You naturally just take that as you pit in like that, and you get a warning for it. Yeah. There you go. That's bug number 8. Boom. Yeah, Tom 97 was helping me there. Thank you, Tom. Too slow the first time. Did cost Ben in Creative Series, yeah, but everyone was warned about that. Ben was a bit of an idiot. Ah, okay, let's go to Baku then. I want to try, that's an interesting one. If you put 2 wheels over the curb out of turn 16, which turn's that? Help me which turn that is. Baku, there is a point where the wall juts out. If you get too close, it force stops your car and resets you to track. It's happened to be twice in wet conditions. Can it happen in the dry as well, though, or does it have to be wet? Hi, Scott. Thank you for the kind comment. Appreciate that. Have a good day at work. We're doing time trial? Are doing time trial in the dry? The final corner of real no. Okay, so how wide do we have to go? But 2 wheels over the curb. Where the wall juts out. Alright, let's have a look. I'm not up in the dry, but I haven't run that wide in the dry. Yeah, fair. So is it this the exit of this next corner? Am I right? So I guess you can, because you bottom out, don't you, like this? Was that right? It didn't happen that time, obviously, but was that right? Oh, we can't flash back, can we? That was right. Okay, I'll try it a couple times. I'm not gonna spend half an hour doing this. I want to find as many bugs as we can, but do you have to hit the wall? You don't have to hit the wall. I hit the wall again. So, do you have to get all 4 wheels off the track? Didn't hit it, okay. All 4 wheels off or no? If you find some sort of video making it happen, that would be great. Could be a wet thing, I suppose, but... I was pretty close to the wall that time, but wasn't going very quickly. Only 2 wheels off. Okay. So it could be a curb thing then. So you go close to the wall but not quite hit it. Is that right? Hey, Alahad. Yeah, it's a bit of a different one today. I'll try one more time, but not looking like I can easily replicate it. It might need to be a race. It might need to be wet. I'm not too sure, but we can't spend all day retrying this, unfortunately. But I have seen people get reset to track. Nah. Nah. If you do a short quarry lap with a mid-session save, the delta was wrong. Okay, I feel like we're going to concentrate on other ones purely because that one's incredibly niche. I'd rather concentrate on ones that are a little bigger than that, because that. But it's a bug. It's still a bug. Don't get me wrong. If we don't have any other bugs to investigate, I'll be all over that right now, because that is a bug. Well, I've already disconnected. Well, I'll just disconnect my wheel now. I haven't had that though. Yeah, my wheel's off and it's not crashed the game. I suspect that's specific to your wheel / your console. I've never had that before. Things of speed. Yeah, it might have been done a dry. Are you on PC as well? So your game crashes. Yeah, I've never had it before where my wheel disconnects and it crashed my PC. So what wheel have you got? It's probably more to do with your wheel. I assume it's not Moser. If it's Moser, then maybe I'm wrong. Right, let's have a look. Now the red flag failure. Let's look at that Warfield. Done 8 bug fixes or bugs, replicable bugs now. So we haven't even done an hour yet. I think we can get 20 bugs in here today, chat. 20 bugs in 2 hours. That's unbelievable. Right, so yesterday's 97GB career mode. And Monza on the restart. Apologies for spoilers if you're red flag. That's gonna watch this another time. Here we go. Didn't have the slow pit stop. Oh, one little
Red
battle.
flag.
Boom. We're here.
There was a red flag at some point.
There it is. There you go. Exactly what I wanted.
Right.
Hustle. So I can't make this happen because trying to make it happen will take me an hour. But this happened yesterday in my career mode, right? What happens is if there's a red flag over the period where somebody's engine is scripted to fail, because engine failures are scripted, which by the way isn't a bad thing. There's no reason that an engine needs to be dynamically failing during the race. They can figure it out at the start of the race, waffling. But basically, Ocon's engine was probably scheduled to fail on, let's say, lap 23. But there was a red flag on, maybe it was lap 22, right? So his engine failure is now going to happen on the race start here. Watch, the second the lights go out, engine failure. So I feel like if an engine failure was scheduled to happen during some skipped laps, i.e. during the red flag, probably just not let it happen. Like, that's just luck, right? It's just luck. It was pure bad luck that it was supposed to happen in that period of time. Just skip it or just delay it. Delay it by 2 laps or something. Do you know what I mean? Delay it by a couple of laps, because it doesn't make any sense for him to start a race with an engine that's blowing up. And because then, he could have caused a massive crash here and stuff. So it's a bit of an odd one. That, but I've seen it a few times. It's when their engine failure is scheduled to happen during the skip laps of red flag. Bug number 9. Right, done. You're on a G29? Okay, yeah, I've never seen that before, so it's probably to do with... Could it be to do with your Logitech? Have you got Logitech software? Could be to do even with a setting in there? I'm not too sure, but I can't replicate that myself. The curves make your car jump. Yeah, again, I'm not going to do the bumps. They're just so over-reported. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. Welcome in. I get this bug where I keep spinning out. Some people are calling it the skill issue bug. Yeah, all right. I'll see if I can't replicate that one, I'm afraid. Oh, I never actually read out Claire's message. Sorry, Claire. I said thank you for 200 bits and didn't spot there was a message. The biggest bug about this game is that EAC startup is stupidly long, whereas 2023 is instantaneously. EAC? What's EAC? EAC startup. Oh, anti-cheat. EA anti-cheat. Yes, it is very slow, isn't it? It is very slow, but like, that's not something about... If they know it's slow, right? That's not something they're about to do something about, are they? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. If they cancel it, the players can use it to their advantage. You are right, yeah. So delay it's better, but... Anyway. Oh, easy anti-cheat. Okay. Thank you, Liam. Right, what else we got here? So, I'll put red flags question mark. There's a few bugs still red flags, but they're quite hard to replicate. Delete. I think this one's easy enough. So, this one is not only easy. There we go. This one's not only easy to replicate, it's very easy to fix. Nice short lap. There we go. So only setting for this one is I'm going to put the damage on simulation. Now I'm going to again make sure it's dry, but I'm then going to do the race. No, I know what fastest time trial is on Austria. I don't really do time trial sweating, mostly. Yeah, sometimes you can't take control of your car if you disconnect from online lobby. You are right, but I don't know how to replicate that. Can't retake control of your car after disconnecting from a lobby. I don't think we can replicate that, but that is a very valid bug.
So
better for Alonso and Hamilton retire after the first careers mode season. Yeah, they do seem to do that quite a bit.
Yuki Tsunoda,
but they are very old,
on
so
pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have, and alongside me here today.
Why is Senna come back?
Okay, radio check, radio.
Alright, so what I'm going to test here is I'm going to give myself some relatively minor wing damage, but because I'm on sim damage, it's actually going to affect me quite a bit. Let me boop into Tsunoda here. I'm scared of giving myself major damage. Hold on, let's do it on someone else. nudging him rather than hitting him, so it's not giving me damage. God's sake. Oh, now he's dragging on me. How's that not giving me damage? Right, give me damage. Hold on, minor damage, please.
Okay, mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options.
Too much, too much. Hold on.
Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option
Now, to be
for you in
fair,
the MFD, so go and have a look.
I think he wants me to change our wing here. Okay. I thought that wasn't going to suggest... So the bug is supposed to be, it doesn't auto-repair your wing when you need an auto-repair, but that was fairly minor damage.
There's a new strategy
And it is
available on the
changing our wing.
MFD.
I'm pretty sure when it tells you new strategy, the auto-change will change. I think that's basically the gist of how this system works. That is pretty minor damage, to be fair, and it's going to change that, apparently. I mean, I say it's minor. It feels horrendous. But look, it's on auto, and I think it is going to change it. If it doesn't change it, though, then that is an issue. Oh, yeah, madness in there. Okay, let's see. So it's on auto. Locked auto now. Relatively minor damage. Should change it, because they literally called me in. Let's see if it does. I think it will. Yeah? Yeah, I was right. So if they call you in, they're going to auto-change it. That's not as bad. I thought that amount of damage wasn't going to auto-change. Actually, I think that's fine. Whether they've updated it or not, I'm not too sure. But I think what just happened there is correct. I think that amount of damage should be auto-changed. Anything less probably shouldn't be auto-changed, honestly. I think that's fine. I think that's completely fine. So that's not a bug. Right, what else are we saying? New bug I found, Yuki Pole. What else are we saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna send this video to yeah. Bug on that DLC, the DLC Imola on F1 2013 used to be able to hit a wall which put you behind the track. Oh my god, I'm not gonna put F1 2013 bugs though. I hate watching. It's still green, doesn't? Yeah, but to be fair, like a light green, I don't think that should necessarily auto-change. I think that's right. I thought the amount of damage I just got there wasn't going to auto-change, which isn't right. Hey, what? So welcome in. Oh, sprints. Yeah, there's issues with sprints. Have you done the one in the online multiplayer where if you have a sprint weekend with one-shot quali, it uses the sprint qualifying positions for the main race? Does it? Is that only online lobbies, though? That's interesting. I'm going to try that. Yeah, I know EA don't listen to me, but I can make a video with hopefully 20 bugs from a 2-hour stream that's hopefully going to be edited down to like a 20-minute video. If they still don't want to listen to that, then they truly don't care, but it's what it is. So one-shot quali, not applying sprint grid correctly. Is that basically what you said? Be interesting if it's online only. Let's give this a go. So Grand Prix mode, F1 25, doesn't matter which track, we're going to force a sprint, doesn't matter which car. So weekend structure, sprint and race, but a one-shot quali. You're saying this is going to not have the correct grid potentially. Other than that, nothing else really matters, does it? Nothing else really matters. So let's just do this. I should put AI a bit lower. Exactly. That's exactly Mr. Biggles. I want to improve the quality of life of this game because it's around for an extra year. That's exactly why I'm making this video now. Scott, the joke's already made, I'm afraid. Joke's already made.
Welcome everybody. We're here
Blame
in
Izza.
the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park and it's qualifying for the
A bug where you're driving the pit lane and your AI driver, and when you pause the game, your AI driver drives you back through the grass. That's a bit crazy. I think that's, I don't know, barely a bug. It's just a limitation of the AI. Right, so we've got one-shot quali, sprint, and then one-shot, so sprint one-shot quali, regular one-shot quali, and then sprint and race. So what's this bug again? I've done the Abu Dhabi pit lane warning yet. So what's this bug? If you sprint weekend with one-shot quality, it uses the sprint qualifying positions for the main race. Okay, so it's going to. You think it's going to use this grid for the main race? All right. Let's see. So, we try and do a half decent lap. Can't 230 miles out through the pit lane, really? Really should have disallowed rules or something so I could easily get a decent lap in, but hopefully I can do well against AI anyway. Need to not be last place, that's my only goal here. So much battery. Very poor, very poor. Doesn't matter, as long as I'm not last, well, that's literally all that matters. Looks like I'm not going to beat. Alright, so sprint one-shot quali. Was that P6? Let's confirm. Yeah, P6 in sprint one-shot quali, which will obviously give me P6 in the sprint, but apparently that'll also give me P6 in the main race, even if I qualify badly in the main quali. Let's have a look. Confirmed. P6 one-shot sprint quali. Timer starts counting the other way. I've never seen that before.
And alongside.
Okay. So, we started P6, that's all correct. Let's just retire from the race. I mean, again, it has to be replicable. So if you can reliably make the timer start going the other way, I'm well keen for that bug. But if it's just one thing that's happened one time randomly and you don't know how to replicate it, unfortunately, it's not useful. It has to be replicable by both me, which also means EA can replicate it.
Next up, we'll set the grid.
Carrying on. Yuki header backs. Yeah, I do agree. It probably should be a bug. Yuki is way too OP, but... Okay, so now into one-shot regular qualifying, which I'm going to just retire from immediately, which will obviously put me at the back of the grid. Have any tips for your first league race? Stay out of trouble. Be smart. Don't lose your head. League racing, a lot of people lose their head and have silly incidents. If you just stay out of trouble, you'll have a good result. Right, so confirmed. Oscar Piastri, this one, qualified in P20. So you guys think I'm actually going to be P6 for the main race? Not seen this one before, but can't say I've run one-shot quali on a sprint weekend. P6 or P20? P20, that's correct. So maybe that's a thing online, but I can't easily replicate it here quickly, so we'll leave that. Cool. Okay, so what else have we got here? Oh, actually, I want to show you some minor saving bugs. Tip for league race is not to retire if you get damage. I agree. So many people do that. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, this is a more minor one, but there's a couple of little ways that the game doesn't fully save all the information. So Grand Prix mode, for example, if you start a new Grand Prix mode, it mostly copies across most of your settings. Obviously, you have to set the car and track each time. Absolutely fine. Now, it copies across most of these settings, right? Your assist settings get saved. AI difficulty gets saved. This does reset here. Whether it should or not, I feel like if it's going to save some settings, it probably should save all of them. Same with this, the weather also always resets to dynamic, and the forecast accuracy always resets to perfect. But pretty much everything else is saved. So strict corner cutting, part Furby rules, the low fuel mode, the car damage settings, most things save if you start a Grand Prix mode, but the things that don't, is the weather and the weekend structure. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe that's not a bug. I'm going to call it a bug for now. If it's a decision that EA have made, absolutely fine. But it may also just be something they haven't realised it is a thing. Personally, for me, I would choose for it to always remember my settings. I think realistically, if I do a 50% distance race, I'm probably always quite like to do lots of 50% distance races rather than need to go and set it every single time. But again, it may be a decision more on the bug. Right, there's that one. Primo not remembering the weather. That was one. That was number 10. And then in addition to that, I believe, and I could be wrong here. Let me check. I don't think it applies all of your online lobby settings with one click of the load button. So I've got a default online lobby here. We largely know what default consists of, like just whatever, default online lobby settings. I'm now going to go in and load. In fact, would it make more sense to have save and load for Grand Prix mode as well? Anyway, I'm going to go to VSCRL because I know what's in VSCRL. I'm going to press load once, and this is the crucial bit. One time. I don't think it loads everything, but I could be wrong here. Let's check. That's all correct. That's all correct. That's all correct. That's correct. Track never saves, whether it should or not. Up for debate. That's correct. Now, also, weather never saves. Again, I feel like at the very least, the forecast accuracy should save. Like that's a choice, right? The weather, I can understand you might want it different each time. The forecast accuracy should save. That is a bug. That should save along with everything else. And actually, it's a bit annoying because when I do this, when I host a lobby, I have to load, I have to go change the forecast accuracy, and I have to set the track. That's the only thing I change because I leave the weather on dynamic. Looks like, though, to be fair, everything else has saved. Loaded, rather. Every single other thing is loaded. So, one click on load does load everything. It's just that the forecast accuracy isn't ever saved / loaded. That's the only bug here. But it is still a bug. I'm calling it a bug. Not saving forecast accuracy. Because that is a little bit annoying. It's very easy to forget that. Yeah, if you're regularly hosting lobbies, it's very like for League or something, it's very easy to forget that, the forecast accuracy. All right. Yeah, okay, thank you, Liam. So, the other one, though, is the time trial setup loading. That's the one you have to press load multiple times from, isn't it? Let's see if that's still a thing. Again, it has to be replicable. If it doesn't happen right now, we can't replicate it. It's not going in the list. Can we call all of F1 World a bug and get it removed? That sounds about right, to be fair. Ben, thank you for the Prime sub on Twitch. Hi, Glenn. Happy Twitch 32-month anniversary. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your new abode. Have you fully unpacked? Hope you enjoy your honeymoon. Looking forward to all the pictures when you get back. Oh, thank you very much, Ben. Yeah, I'm going on my honeymoon tonight, actually. Leaving on the train tonight after this stream, pretty much. So, yeah, not fully unpacked, though, is the answer to the question. Anyway, so we're on default setup right now. Whatever, default setup. So we're going to load Lucas Blakely setup, but crucially, we're only going to press it once. I don't think it always loads everything. Let's see. It worked that time. 12:17. It has worked. It definitely happens sometimes where if you press load, it doesn't load it first time. It leaves you on default. I've definitely had that before. But again, it's got to be perfectly replicable. If it happens sometimes, unless you can make it happen every time by using a specific set of circumstances, it's not useful for this video. Simple as that. I'd like to see F1 World massively overhaul, Ricky. Yeah, Rick, I don't know. Yeah, we could go into that a lot, but F1 World to me is not very useful in its current state. Not what happens if I load quickly. Now, interesting. Let's restart. I probably need to complete the end. Go back in. Not on default. Hold on. We've got to completely go out of the menu. I'm in a new house, Carl. Got a completely new house. I have moved the office around. I have some screenshots, but again, like, I want to be able to, everything I report today, I want to be able to make happen on my screen right now and be able to tell EA right here, right now, this is exactly how to make this happen on your end. Because if you start to report ones that you go, this one thing happened to me one time, here's a video of it. They go, yeah, but that's great. That's a one-time bug. Yes, it's a bug, but how do we, if we can't make it happen, we can't fix it. Because they need to be able to make it happen time and time again to be able to go, what is going on? Let me try this. Oh, that hasn't worked. Okay, let me try this. Oh, that hasn't worked. Let me try this. Oh, that's worked. So that was the bug. It's much easier to find a bug if you can make it happen time and time again. So what I'm going to do here, time trial, I'm going to very quickly load a setup. Load. And it has applied it. It has applied it. I agree with you guys. I've definitely had this before where you load a setup and it doesn't actually load it. But have you guys got any more ideas of how to make this happen reliably? We did that quickly then and it loaded it immediately. Big Dog thinks EA listening. They're probably not listening, but what can I do other than spend some of my time and some of your guys' time doing this, reporting bugs, making it as easy as I possibly can for them by using my developer brain? That's all I can do. I can't fix the game for them. That was still too slow. That was pretty quick. Have I tried quiet in the shower? Okay, I'll give that a go next. Get in the pit lane, practice quali or pit stop, doesn't matter. Be spectating someone on track and switch to the car in the pit lane and open photo mode right after. This gets you in the pit lane, then you can fly out the circuit. Oh, someone mentioned about that, the fly out the circuit bug, yeah. I'm not going to report that just because I quite like it as a bug and it's incredibly niche. I feel like the only really way you discover that is if you were looking for it. Different. All right, I'll try this one more time on a different track, all right? F125, we're going to jump in a Ferrari around China, and we're going to load the setup very quickly. If it doesn't load, that's the bug. It's the first time you do it, and it's when you do it quickly. But if it loads, the bug... Because at the end of the day, they may have silently fixed this bug in a patch. We don't know. Didn't load it. You see? It is a thing. It is a thing. What if I try one more time? Still isn't loading it. There you go. I knew it was a thing. Why? Flame. Press. Load. Okay. Still hasn't loaded it. That's not loaded. I bet what it actually is, I bet it's loaded it into custom setup. I bet sometimes it just doesn't select custom setup for you. If I now select custom setup and then go into it, no, it just hasn't loaded it at all. Hasn't loaded it at all. I'll go back to that. Same dude. Still not. So let me try a bit slower. Still not. Vicky? That's loaded. I think that guy always... Yeah, he didn't have a custom setup. God damn it. He didn't have a custom setup. Okay, that's not valid. But that is what happens, though. That is... You guys have probably experienced yourself. That is what happens. You press load and it just doesn't load it. That's exactly what happens. But that guy didn't have a custom setup. My bad. Because he cheated, yeah. Well, I mean, that's a bug, I suppose. This guy's cheated. Nah, I'm giving up on this one, guys. It's a common bug. I've had it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had it as well. Unless you guys have got a way to make it happen every single time reliably, it's not useful. Simple as that. Anyway, moving on. Now, engine penalties. This is a good one. Might have to actually do a career mode for this, though. You get engine penalties from Grand Prix mode? No, you don't. There's no way. No, you don't. It's going to have to be a career mode. Yes, career mode only, okay. Oh yeah, the Brazil assisting one. Oh, the guide all assisting it. Right, so let me... Some career is not useful. Really legit lap. Yeah, 100% legit. That's so annoying because I thought I'd found it then, because that's literally the bug. That is the bug that happens.
We have something for you to look at, please.
Hey, boss. So, last season we didn't sign any drivers. Not ideal. We managed...
You did, though.
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to...
I've moved it all around. Oh, Carl, so you have seen a stream in this house. Yeah, so I used to be facing that way. So I've turned my rig 90 degrees that way, basically. That's what I've done. Or I used to face that way. I've now turned it to face this way. That's what I've done. Hence, I'm in a corner now rather than with the doors there. Right. I think you have to go into quali, don't you, in the first one? Oh, sprint week. Oh, it's going to mess things up. I don't like that it's a sprint weekend because that's the complication. We're going to do it anyway. Why are we bug hunting? Why not, Aiden? Why not? We're going to submit this to EA and hope they fix some of them for... It's mainly because F1 25 is effectively out for 2 years. So I want them to go in and fix as many bugs as we can. Not work with EA, no, absolutely not. No.
And alongside me in the
EA don't like me very much, I'm too honest. I make videos like this. Nah. This is the sprint, I don't want the sprint. Done. Okay. So, we want to qualify not last, and then take an engine penalty. And it won't actually apply it. Good race, thank you. 28 years waiting for your honeymoon, Carl.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next.
That's brutal. I couldn't get away with that with my wife, unfortunately. I probably would have skipped it as well. There's been enough going on with us buying a house and stuff, but my wife would not have allowed that. Okay, so this bug is... Wait, let me go past that before, because it's relevant that it's a sprint.
Okay, radio check. Radio check.
Radio check.
They are half decent at China. I hope I can put it somewhere not last. Wait, have I got a setup? Oh, race China. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. I'll put a setup on, then I should be easy to beat AI then. Got minimum fuel, yeah. Skip it just so I get a bit better track conditions is all. I'll do. Okay, so this is qualified. Now the bug is, if you take an engine penalty after qualifying, it doesn't actually give you a grid penalty, even though that's the key moment it should give you a grid penalty. I think this change has happened ever since. Do you remember you used to be in Parc Fermé after qualifying? They've changed it now, so you can legally change your engine parts after qualifying. But you can't take an engine penalty and not get one, because you can change those parts for one that's already in your pool. What you can't do is change your parts for ones that were never in your pool, if that makes sense. But anyway, I've got to do a half decent lap here to put me not last. Oh my god. Not like that. Hold on, let me do a half decent lap. Oh god. Oh no, we'll have a flashback there, right in the braking zone. Right, let me do a half decent lap here. She needs to not be last, that's all. Oh god. Hopefully I can put it not last. Lock it up like mad. Oh, it's because I've got decent brakes, got brake upgrades. Oh man, this setup does not feel good with this car. It over-rotates like mad. It's got too much downforce. This genuinely might still be last place. Depends how good they are at China. Rewind? Yeah. Old habits die hard. Right, let's hope that's enough for pole. Well, not for pole, just for not last. That's all we need. P19 is probably last, isn't it? Problem is, with all the upgrades on, the AI are generally pretty decent. Yeah, Lewis, I've done that one. That's the icons glitch. I've done that. Yeah, I'm not last. That's all that matters, right? I'm not last. So I've qualified P19, right? I believe now if I take an engine penalty after qualifying, there's a penalty, as in it's not an engine that's in my existing pool. I believe the penalty won't actually apply. Let me see. Here we go. So into the engines, I'm going to take the fourth, or the extra element of all of my parts, just to be absolutely sure. And it clearly says penalty warning. You're going to take a penalty for this, right? You've got to start from the back of the grid or whatever it says. Cool. Oh, gearbox, you can't do it. Cool. There you go. Done. So all new engine parts go to the race. I should be, what was it, P19? Well, obviously I should be last place, but I believe I'm going to still start P19. Let's see. A wet strike in last 10 laps. I've not really seen that. That's just a slow weather transition, though. I haven't seen a bug related to that. Ben, thank you for the prime sub. How long ago was that? Oh, no, I already read that out. Thank you, Ben. Will look dry, but it's actually wet. Yeah, I've not really seen that on this year's game. Like, it's so slow to load into racing career mode. Here we go. Right, am I 19th or am I last?
And striding into our...
I am last.
Radio check, please.
I am last.
Radio check.
I am wrong. Either they fix that, because they do, this is the thing, they do fix bugs silently. They don't, not all the bug fixes go in the patch notes, because if it's a bug that not many people knew about, why shout about it? Keep it quiet, just fix it. So there you go, that's not a thing. It used to be that if you take the engine penalties after qualifying, the penalty doesn't actually apply, which is obviously stupid. It may be because it's a sprint weekend, that's why I didn't want to do a sprint weekend, but it's not instantly replicable, so that'll do. Right, I don't know what I've changed to that. Okay, what else? Oh, I never put in the was the weather forecast accuracy not saving. The bug glitch happened to me a couple of days ago. I know, I've had it all the time. That's what I thought it was. It was after quali, but the sprint weekend may have actually messed that up, to be honest. Oh, it's F1 World Cars. Can you not run F1 World Cars in Grand Prix mode? Good. You can. I suspect that works offline, but I don't want to test it again because another 10 minutes. I'd rather do something else that's more likely. I have saved career replays where I've taken engine pens to go into the race and it's put a car a lap ahead. Yeah, that's, again, I've seen that. It's hard to replicate. Yeah, we're going to send this to yeah. Right, what else have we got here? Canada Turn 4 track limits. Let's do that. So the only thing we need for this is strict corner cutting, which we've got on, which the weather switched off as well. Let's turn the damage off. We don't need that here. What about equal cars? Yeah, it's the cars. Well, it's interesting. The cars are equal, but they've got different wheelbases. That's why they're not technically perfectly equal. And they need different wheelbases in order to look like an actual Alpine and an actual Mercedes. So they are as equal as they can be while making them look like that. F1 World cars are actually equal because they are the exact same chassis with just a different paint on them. That's why in esports they run the F1 World cars with the official liveries on them. It would be nice for us to have that option in the regular game as well, to be able to run the F1 World cars with official liveries. But we haven't. This kind of is what it is, really. Is what it is. Right. Well, they can make them the same chassis, but that's part of making it look authentic. Obviously, in 2025, we had cars that all looked very, very similar, right? You wouldn't really notice the difference in chassis. We have had years, and we may get that next year, where actually the chassis look quite different. And even if with unpainted cars, you'd be able to know which car is which. That's the years where this would be a bigger thing. But in 2025, if you didn't paint any of the cars, you wouldn't know which car was which. Right, here we go. So, turn 4 track limits at Canada are apparently very bad. If you get a minor cut, it can give you a very big penalty. That's not a cut at all. Let's try cutting this then. Just a warning, that's fair. I believe it's the first apex. It'll give you some pretty severe penalties. Let's see. That seems harsh, but not insanely harsh. Definitely the first apex. Yeah, I think I need to run a long race distance, don't I? Because maybe I can't get more than a 2. Let's try. Okay, yeah. So okay, I need to run a different race distance. But yes, exactly. Leagues have mostly removed Canada because of this glitch. So, what's the fastest equal performance car then? Well, it's personal preference because the only difference is the wheelbase. So some people will prefer how a shorter wheelbase car feels. Some will prefer how a longer wheelbase car feels. That also slightly affects the bottoming out for the same reason. So there isn't an answer to the question. I'm sure if you're at esports level, because they're so good, they all end up at a similar point. I'm sure at that point they will all tend to prefer one car. But I think me and you would prefer different things, honestly speaking. Yeah, I can give it instant 10, so but it looks like that wasn't possible in a 5-lapper, so. You're right though, it shouldn't be an instant pen regardless, Liam. Yeah, it's a fair point. But I think particularly if we can show it's an instant 10, because you know, yes, that's harsh, but at the end of the day, I did do a reasonably sized cut. It's a harsh penalty, harsher than it should be. Kind of fair, but if it's an instant 10, then that's just so insanely harsh that it clearly needs fixing. Red Bull, yeah, maybe Red Bulls, yeah, maybe. Right, let's try again, shall we? All right, so turn 4 of Canada apparently has very, very harsh track limits on the apex. Let's see. Not really a cut. Just a warning for the second part, but the first one was not a big enough cut. Let's try it again. That was fair. It was only a minor cut though. Let's ramp up a little bit to a slightly bigger cut. Still just a warning. That was a slightly bigger cut. Okay. So far, this doesn't seem entirely unreasonable. Am I not going fast enough? I think I'm not going fast enough. The problem is I've got a default setup on it, so understeering. I carried some pretty good speed there. That was only a warning. Oh. I need to put a proper setup on, really. Full house story, Adam. Absolutely not. And again, that's a pretty big cut I've just done there. Like, that's sizable. A warning seems fair for that. Going on here. Let me just restart the race and apply a setup to see if it's the amount of speed I'm carrying. Hold on.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Got Canada. I've got an oldish Canada. That'll do. Let me also put on some softs, maybe. Take a lot of fuel out. Right. So I've put on softs, I'll take a load of fuel out and I'll put a setup on, so we'll be carrying a lot more speed in that corner now. Unless they've silently patched it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? An instant 2 on 5 lappers, but only a warning on a 50%. But obviously, the car's much lighter, isn't it, on a 5 lapper? That's why I took all the fuel out as much as I could. We're 4 laps under fuel now. Right, let's give it a go. Carry more speed and see what happens. Oh. Doing a warning. Have they silently fixed this? Like, again, that's a... If you're cutting more than that, I don't think you can complain, even if you are getting a 10. Like, the size of that cut! Okay, there you go. It happened, finally. Instant 10, there you go. But I mean, it took a decent sized cut. I think it's the speed we're carrying. I mean, that's a pretty big cut with the amount of speed I carried. But that, obviously, that shouldn't be an instant 10 though. So we have proven it is still in the game. We'll try again, hold on. Well, that's pretty good speed carried there, only a warning. I mean, we know that track limits have been made much easier in a recent patch. Honestly, as much as we shouldn't have got that 10 a minute ago, I don't think this is a big issue. Oh god. That's the grass on entry. I'll try 3 more times. And don't get me wrong, there'll be a bit of skill issue here. Top league aces will carry more speed than me into this corner. Cut that one. Ah. It's fine. I think what's happened here is was it the most recent patch? They basically went from track limits being really quite harsh and people getting double warnings. Their fix for that was not really to fix the double warnings. It was to make track limits much easier. So it's now harder to get a warning. I think before that patch, when it was easier to get warnings, that would have also made it easier to get 10s. I think the sort of cuts I was doing there where I was getting warnings before that patch, which made the track limits easier, would have given me 10-second penalties. We did have it once, so clearly it's possible for that corner to be very harsh. But as the track limits now are so forgiving, it's now hard enough to get a 10 that it's barely an issue, to be honest. I think that's fine now. I'm not sure it's an issue. I think that's fine. I've tried that quite a few times. But yeah, I agree. It's still there to some extent, but as I know VSC ranked is not a league, but we did run Canada, and I would, with the evidence there, I probably wouldn't even mention it in the future, because if you're cutting that big, yes, okay, you've been a bit shouted by getting this in 10, but you've done a big cut with carrying a lot of speed. So yeah. Brazil pit entry, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I do want to do safety car at this, but I don't think I've got safety car enabled. So yeah. Wrong. So let's do Brazil pit entry. I need racing line on. Rain off. Safety car Delta coming back on after 2 laps. Safety car goes on, then back off, then flickers. I believe that happens online when the leader drops back from the safety car. Boo, racing line merchant, very good. I'll show you what's wrong with pit entry. Just in reverse, you gain like 3 tenths by going off track after the turn 1-2 chicane.
So with the
Again, that's a drawback of the penalty system rather than a straight up and down bug. Was that but still was in reverse too? So we're going to look at the racing line on the pit entry of Brazil here, which apparently tells you to brake way too early. I'm pretty sure in this game they've moved the pit limiter line back, but they haven't moved the racing line braking point back. I think that's basically what we're about to see, but is it similar at Silverstone? What's the Silverstone reverse one? Oh, brake too late. Okay, is it? Am I thinking the wrong way around then? Have they moved the pit limiter line forwards, but not? Is it still the same theory? I just got it wrong. Forwards versus backwards. I thought it was too early, but yeah, okay. We'll find out. Pretty big issue, because you can get a penalty for that. Is there a glitch where if you overtake the safety car, it's instantly DSQ? Alright, I'll include it. Remind me after this. It's arguably not a glitch, but it's something that it's a pretty big issue, so I'll include it. Okay, here at Brazil then with racing line on, I believe the braking point for the racing line, the pit entry, is much too late. Oh wait, do I have to tell it I'm going to pit to get it? Maybe I do, hold on. Let's try that again.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
No, that's interesting. Alright, Brazil, racing line on. I believe when you come into the pit entry, it tells you to brake too late. Let's see. I mean, it's definitely on the limit. It was close-ish though. I don't know. I don't normally run racing line. Is this, or is it the speed? Well, I've got that stop just. I think this is fine. Have they changed it maybe? Again, it could be another thing they've silently fixed. I do think it's too late. I do think this is still an issue. I think what's going on, if you look at the at where it ends. Oh, I'm flashing back so far. If you look at where it ends, it seems to end in the pit lane. You see where that second line is, just up there? I think that's where it thinks you should be stopping for, not where it is. There, see? There. See that? I think that is still slightly wrong. It's a very minor one, but I believe they've moved the pit limit line without moving the braking line for the racing line assist enough. I think that's the gist. So it is still slightly wrong, but it's a minor one. Okay, right. What else have we got? What did I tell you to remind me about a minute ago? Or it could be, yeah, it could be 60k. Could be a 60k thing, yeah. But it's an 80k pit limiter, isn't it? Yeah, it is, so it's not that. Okay. Silverstone tells you to brake too late. True, water the tyres, you struggle to get that stopped. Yeah, very good point. Hey, Brandon, thank you very much for the kind comment. Glad you're enjoying. It is a glitch. It's quite important because I imagine a majority of their players run racing line. And if it's going to give you a penalty because it's wrong, it's quite important. You reckon Silverstone reverse? Same thing. Try this one more time and then we'll move on from racing line. Another issue of them updating one thing and forget to update the rest. Exactly, yeah. The line on 6 Silverstone reverse thinks it's 80, not 60. Ah, yes, that rings a bell. I do remember something about that. I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it is. Oh, the safety car overtake. Oh, yes, the safety car DSQ thing. Yeah, let's jot that down. Thank you. That's a good one. Bit annoying to cause a safety car though, but I think that one worth doing. This is also annoying. You've got to do a whole lap. But...
Okay, you've got a drive-through penalty. You've been given a drive-through penalty. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Hey, if you don't behave yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified.
14 so far. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate the kind comment. See you guys in a couple of weeks. Got another half an hour here, though, to find some bugs. 14 bugs so far, yes, Tom, in about an hour and a half. Quite a few failed ones as well, to be fair. If all the ones succeed, I think you have 3 failed ones? 3 failed ones, so we could be on 17. You got any, Tombina? Any bugs that we can replicate right here, right now? Easy enough. Prove to EA, hey, this is definitely a thing.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Let me see. I'm sure you got a few, Tom. I'm sure you got a few. I'm going to make a video and send them all to EA. Okay, so I think it's the same thing here at the Silverstone pit lane. But I think this is because the racing, I think the pit limit is wrong. Yeah. That was... I'm pretty sure it thinks the pit limit speed is 80k and it's actually 60k. Try again. Yeah. I was locked up then. I'm pretty sure... Can we prove this? How do we prove this? What speed is first gear? Be fast. Hold on. Yeah, it's still telling me to brake a little bit. I think it might be. I think it might have the wrong speed set in the assist. I think that's what that is. But yeah, that does seem to be also wrong. Right. Okay, done. Now, should we do a safety car one? Somebody's got the famous skill issue bug. Piece advantage over console. Absolutely not get into that. That could be hours. How do you feel the racing line performs? I don't know. I don't run it often enough. I know I never run it really. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, think of my Create Series clip book, didn't it? Because someone got caught out by it. Right, let's go safety car. Let me see. If I go Austria, it's a shorter track. That means I can catch it a bit quicker. How am I going to do this? How am I going to cause a safety car? I guess if I just cause a massive pile up, with red flags disabled. I'd also quite no. I might do it Canada. Let me do it Canada. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone then. Yeah, I saw the pit speed freeze as well. Right. Oh, no. What I'd like to do, it's hard to replicate. What I'd like to do, you know, I'll voice it rather than replicate it because it's very hard to replicate it. But basically, what I want to do is get a VSC that then gets upgraded to a safety car. But obviously, that's hard for me to action. Hopefully, if it's I might be able to by luck, but if not, I'll voice it. Right, I've got 3 bugs I want to hopefully show here. And AI down a little bit, make my life a little bit easier.
Okay, we've got full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive.
Oh, that's fine, apparently. That's because it was a yellow flag. That's fine. Right, okay, so safety car. Now, it's hard for me to replicate. It'll be much easier for EA to replicate, so I'm going to include this, even though I can't replicate it, but EA should be able to with the developer tools. So, with the delta, if it's a VSC, and you go under your delta, and when you're under your delta, it gets upgraded to a full safety car, I believe you get a penalty. So, VSC, I'm 1/10 under my delta. At that specific moment, the game decides, hey, upgrade this to a full safety car. I believe at that moment, you then get the penalty as if you sped on the restart. I believe that's the case. EA can test that very easily because they can use their debug tools and force a VSC, go under the delta, then force a safety car. I have to do it by chance, and it's going to take me half an hour to do that. There's no point. So, EA, look into that one. I believe that's a bug. I'm pretty sure I've seen that happen before, but I can't replicate it easily. So, another one I want to look at is the delta. Have I already gone too slow? Maybe I have. Is the delta in the pit lane on Canada. So, this seems to specifically happen on circuits that don't have a proper pit lane. Oh my god, Jesus. Right, there we go. That's close enough, I think. So, no. There we go.
Right,
oh, I'm going to speed anyway. Limit
to
speed. Okay, hold on. That's wrong. So, there we go. So, what's going to happen is, in this pit lane, I'm going to go under the delta, but get it stopped, hopefully. Oh my god, I've gone too late again, have I? Speeding under safety car. You see that? Not speeding in the pit lane, speeding under safety car. I'm just going to brake even earlier to make sure that it's clear that I'm actually not speeding under the safety car. Speeding under safety car. And just to absolutely clarify, I'm going to now purposely speed in the pit lane to show that the message is different. But I'm pretty sure I was under 80k that time. Ooh, bump. Speeding in the pit lane. See that? That was different. So, what happens is, when there's not a proper separate pit lane, the game doesn't really know if you're on the track or if you're in the pit lane because they're so close, right? Now, if you're under your delta, when the game isn't confident that you're in the pit lane, you get a penalty. This has happened in real league racing because this sort of thing is normal in league racing, right?
Okay, slow down. Your delta's
under 80k, penalty. Unfair. I was under the delta, sure, but I'm coming into the pits. It doesn't matter. But I was under the pit lane speed limiter, right? But the way to fix it is to brake, get it stopped, but then press the pit limiter button. No penalty. No penalty. It only happens if you don't press the pit limiter button. So again, I'll do the exact same thing, but I won't press the pit limiter button this time. Was I under the speed? Yeah, well, it's just about. Speeding under safety car, if I do the exact same thing, except for I press the pit limiter button, I won't get a penalty. So, I don't know what the fix is for this. Oh god, that's too late. That's too late on the brakes. This happened in VSC ranked, exactly. It has happened. Press the pit limiter button. Oh, I was speeding and everything. Yeah, I just did a straight speed. Hold on. I'm being stupid and locking the brakes.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's 2.
What am I doing? Brake early, you idiot. I don't know why I'm braking so late. It's because I also need to go under the delta, but I probably don't need to brake this late. There you go. Didn't get one. You get the idea. If you press the pit limit, speed limiter button, you don't get a penalty. If you don't press it, even if you're under the pit lane speed limiter, but if you're also illegally under the delta, you get a penalty. So it creates what players perceive as randomness. Like, why did I get a penalty? This other person didn't. It's because one pressed the pit limiter button, one didn't. This happened in VSC Ranked. Anyway. It's kind of hard to fix. But there must be a way to fix it. There must be a way to fix it. Now, let me see. I need to overtake the safety car. But I've got a few cars. This might not work. I need to cause another safety car. So the other thing I want to show is when you overtake the safety car, the timer is way too short. I think you get, and this is off the top of my head, I think you get 3 seconds from overtaking the safety car to allow it back pass, or you get disqualified. Not just a little in-race penalty, you get disqualified. Now, because I'm in 6th here, I might not be able to overtake these people. It might be angry at me. Let's see. Might get a penalty before I even get there.
You've got to give that position back, mate. We're under safety car conditions and you can't overtake. Return the position.
Okay, let it give you that penalty. No. Okay. No. Right, now I've got a penalty. Okay, I've got a drive through, which is fine, but I don't think I've got anything else going on. Okay, so this is now as if I'm first place. Ignore the penalties, right? So if I overtake the safety car now...
You've got a drive-through penalty. That's a drive-through penalty for overtaking on the yellow flag condition.
Okay, looks like it's about 6 seconds, which in this case is not too bad, right? Because I just accidentally went past it, I'll go back past. 6 seconds seems enough. The times, and in particular Miami, for some reason at Miami, it parks behind a... not behind, it's on track, but it parks just past the blind corner in the shadow. You don't see it in Miami until you're past it. So if it's stopped and I fly past it like that, oh, that's just allowing me to overtake it. That does also a bug, clearly. Yep, nice. I mean, that does happen, but that's hard to replicate. But if it's stopped and you fly past it, that timer is not long enough because it's an instant disqualification.
And you can't overtake. Return the
Boom,
position.
disqualified. I've seen many races ruined by that, because that also applies to the pit lane. Something like Silverstone pit lane, where the safety car goes left and you go straight into the pit lane. If you go flying into the pit lane and you overtake the safety car, you can get disqualified by just pitting from first place. So that timer needs to be made, I don't know, twice as long, 10 seconds, 12, 15 seconds, something like that. Much longer, I think, would be much fairer. It's just too short at the moment, that's all it is. Right, there you go. Okay, that one's done. And then also we did Canada. Yep. Delta bug. We did the VSC instability went upgraded. That's 3. Boom, 3. 18 bugs now, chat. 18 bugs. Right, we've got 15 minutes. What else? What else? Yeah, exactly, Tom. It happens regularly. The Silverstone one in particular is bad.
And once all the hard work is
right.
over, and after lap...
More issue with safety car placement. Don't get me wrong, ideally they will improve the safety car placement.
Be sure to join us from...
But just making a timer long will fix a lot of these issues. Well, I suppose... No, the Silverstone one's actually different. Because what it seems to be is, the second that you cross the line into the pit lane, whatever warnings you've got, it'll basically... put those timers to 0. So if you've just overtaken the safety car, you go into 0. If you're under the delta, you go into 0. You get whatever penalty would have been if the timer just reached 0. Does that make sense? So if you are first place at Silverstone and you overtake the safety car into the pit lane, the second you hit the pit limiter line, it puts that timer to 0 and you get disqualified immediately. That's probably what happens. But I kind of covered that with the Canada one. Right, yeah, Tom87 had it, exactly. So, can't retake control of your car after disconnected from a lobby. That is a definite bug, but it's hard to replicate quickly and easily. Engine penalty not carrying over. That's wrong. I disproved that one. That seems to be, at least in my testing, was okay. 2-player career grid not matching quali. Again, I've seen that, but I can't prove that easily. I'll put red flags, question mark. Can you guys think of any easy glitches to point out with red flags? We all know of little minor ones, but ones that you know how to make it happen every single time. Glitch seizure barriers. Anyone know about any of these? VSC Delta changing. VSC Delta gives instant penalty when into a pit. Oh, I just did that one. Yeah. I know you can't. I'm not saying you should be able to overtake the safety car. I'm saying if you overtake it accidentally. I've literally had it in Miami. It stopped in the shadows behind a panel blind corner. You come round, you fly past it, you jam on the brakes, full brakes, you stop on track, and it just overtakes you in time. If you react half a second too late, that's it. You get disqualified. It's just too harsh. But the problem is genuine accidents can be penalised for it. Guitar pit exit. I got DQ for blocking the pit lane, even though I was letting people past. Kind of get that one. Went the same, done that one. Cutback to car turns 1, 2, 3. Again, it's kind of a. It's not really a bug. It's like a. It's a drawback of their current penalty system. Changing strategy on red flag sometimes gives you 8 strategies on the pit stop strat. Does it? Seizure barrier, you mean the tire ones are hungry? Yeah, the ones that just freak out and do this. Right. You know what? We've got bugs left, but they're quite hard to replicate, to be fair. Any other bugs, guys? Or audios? I have an audio bug. Engine volume is always low. Always low. First time I start with the game. I've never had that, Tom, but it's always low. Yeah, I can't yeah, because unfortunately, I need to be able to replicate them. Unless you've got a way to replicate that, I've never seen that before. We try and let them pass during qualifying, they refuse to let you pass. Yeah, again, it's like just an AI-ism, isn't it? Got disqualified reverse in the gravel. Again, you did kind of go backwards, didn't you? Give 3 seconds of rest of the back if you do max stuff in Mexico. Lana says it's a glitch. Yeah, maybe you're right. I haven't done bumps on track just because they're already so over-reported. Car spawns on the straight. Yeah, actually, the car spawn on the straight when you pit is a good one. How can we make that happen, guys? We want the car to spawn back on track when you from the pit lane. How do we make that happen? Yeah, sometimes it could be messed up, but again, it's sometimes. Like, if you've got a way for me to make it happen every single time, brilliant. But if they're random, it's not useful. Kept teleporting us to the pit lane, that's incredible. Yeah, exactly. Online is I've not even touched any online stuff, because A, it's hard to get a lobby, but B, there's so many variables online. There's definitely one at Miami where you can get teleported onto the track, isn't there? Again, is it just an online thing? The worst bugs are the ones that happen 50% of the time. Yeah, well, even less. 50% is probably replicable enough. If it's like 10%, that's still a lot. 1 in 10 times, but not enough to make it easily replicable. Red flag. Yeah, again, like going a lap down. Again, this is a really good example. We're going into bugs now that we all know exist. Red flags, red flag bugs, but putting you a lap down, putting someone a lap ahead. We've all probably seen these at some point in content for yourself playing the game. But if we can't replicate them, they're not useful. And send that report code to EA. Maybe the report code. And I have actually asked EA if they want to do a video with me on the report codes and exactly what it shows. So I'd be fascinated by that, and I'm sure you guys would too. So maybe they can fix it with the report code. If I can't replicate it, it's not useful here, unfortunately. Invisible bump, yeah, there is some invisible bumps. I'm not doing any of those just because they're so over-reported anyway. When you alt tab, you teleport 20 seconds forward or backwards in 2-player. That's incredible. Again, it's just too much work though to get a 2-player one set up. Right. Let me try and do one of these all in my list. The glitch barriers. Can't reconnect to your car from disconnected lobby. That's happened a lot, but it's hard to. Red flags. There's none that are perfectly replicable that I can think of now. These are all ones that happen a lot, but not often enough that we can guarantee happening. Tell you what. I was going to try the engine penalty one again, because I've definitely seen that. I think Liam said he saw it just the other day. Basically, anything we got in safety cars, yeah. Yeah, it's just, again, if it's hard to do, it's not that much of an issue. Engine penalty. I know. I tried. I'm doing that now, Tom. I tried to do that a minute ago, but it didn't work. I took an engine penalty after qualifying, which I thought was the point at which that you get the bug, but it didn't work. But I was on a sprint race. I'm wondering if it's because it was a sprint race. That's why I'm doing this now, to not be on a sprint race. Great series starts on the 17th of January.
Finally.
Well, I won't be racing the first two.
Real.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, you're saying exactly what I thought it was. I can't skip, can I?
Like? Yes, sir. No, sir.
I'd like to be able to skip. Not sure it's a bug, but I'd like to be able to skip. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you take an engine penalty after qualifying, it doesn't give you the grid drop. But it did in a sprint weekend.
This is my excited face. Come on. Let me show you what we've got. So,
Glitch doesn't affect you when you always
stuff,
last.
Merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff.
They fixed it in return, unless they've silently fixed it again.
They need you to
Mechanical failure bug in Cribbo, where if you have a part fail in a race, it will keep failing even for brand new parts. Yeah, there's definitely, again, it's not replicable, but there is some recurring bugs there for sure. I did have that in my My Team career, which I have mentioned in my My Team career review. Non-verbal Piastri, yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Okay.
You do a full.
Here we are. It's contract. Here.
Oh. I maybe should have just gone into my Team career, but it would have been quicker. The reason I didn't is because I know maybe it wasn't. I'm pretty sure the second race of my Team career mode, which would be the next one, is also a sprint. So I'd have to skip through that, but that probably would have been quicker. Never mind. Another bug, I believe, if you do a full F2 weekend, the AI has an extra tire command compared to you if you do quali sprint and then the main race. Incredible. Regret doing this. So much to skip through. What if it's because you replace pretty much all the parts, potentially some but all? That's an interesting one. What do you think, Tom? Tom's a career mode expert, so he might be able to tell us. Is it? Do you have to only replace some of the parts? And then when you replace some of the parts, that's when it should give you a good drop, but doesn't. Yeah, the DRS failing, I know. Yeah, but yeah. Crizzle has got a really good point. It's crazy how like everyone can say so many bugs that haven't been fixed, and that's why I'm doing this, because I know for a fact that me who plays hundreds of hours in the game, you guys who watch / play hundreds of hours in the game, even tens of hours, you will have seen and you will know about bugs. They need to be replicable for them to work for this video, but we all know about them. This is why I'm doing it, because it's not like we're bug hunting and trying to find really niche, like, oh, what if we do this really weird combination of factors? Oh, look, we found a bug. Like, we're not doing that. We're doing bugs that we all just know about off the top of our heads. I'm waiting for my honeymoon for the first two races to create a series, so I'll be racing. So I took new parts in carp, and the next race I was back on my old parts. The ones I used for the race were back to 100% condition. I've seen that before. Can't do two-player here, but I have seen that. The apply driver changes bug in two-player career, where it will keep prompting you to, even if you've already done it. I haven't seen that. Big ones, Lance not being fast enough. Yeah, agreed. Start flying lap or one shot is still done. It will invalidate the lap sometimes before you even start it. Really, I've not seen that. This better not be a sprint weekend. It's not, is it? Right, this is going to be it, guys. This is going to be the 2-hour thing. Spend the last 10 minutes of our timer here doing this, but it forces you to go into practice. I think it does. It does. We're nearly there now, though.
Hello, and a very...
Anything else, guys? Anything else that's like really blatant that we think we can replicate, that we're going to squeeze in? Oh, I'll press quit to menu. And press retire. You do also failing second lap and qualifying. Not always, though. Try and poach every single tyre set and see what happened. I would be interested in that, but that's not really a bug. That would be an interesting test, though. I saw some time ago that one-shot quality at Silverstone, the AI can sometimes go wide at the last corner, automatically invalidating you. Okay. Okay. That's one we can maybe easily do. Someone did mention that a second ago, didn't they? So, Silverstone OS... Wait, reverse or not? No, not reverse.
for the drivers.
Right, we've got 2 minutes. Right, let's actually retire this time.
And if today's practice...
Yeah. It was obvious it was normal Silverstone when I thought about it. If it agrees a bug where it's full wet rain, it would give different weather conditions before the race starts than when you're picking tyres. Oh, yeah. Honestly, 2-player career is absolutely littered with bugs. Wait, should I have one-shot quality? Does that make a difference? Shouldn't do. Oh, DRS will fail on your second lap qualifying. It's only your first race in the new career. Incredible. But again, that won't be a bug. That'll be something they've coded on purpose to kind of show you what a failure is like. It's basically a bit like a tutorial, isn't it? Right. Let me load a setup so I can hopefully put it not last. Right, here we go. So, want to be not last in quali, and then take an edge penalty after it. I think it won't apply. Let's see. Is Tom Bina still here? I wanted to... Terrible turn 1. I wanted to see if it's... Oh, AI set low anyway, we're all good. To see if it's all parts or just one part I need to take. Basically, it worked correctly for me before on a sprint weekend. Was that because it was a sprint weekend, or was that because I took all parts, or have they fixed the bug? Those are the 3 options, basically. I think for F1 27, my opinion is, and this is an opinion, that they will combine career modes and we'll get career mode. That you can choose to make a team, or you can choose to do driver career, or you can choose to do 2-player career, or 4-player career. That's what I believe they will do, but that is just an opinion. It's a hope and a wish and a dream. Right, there you go. Pole position, low AI.
Fantastic, you've got pole position.
I'm going to take one part, I think, just to try and make it happen. We'll play here, Raz and Tom and Adam. Ben's not even getting a shout out there.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting
right. Pole position. I believe if I now take an engine penalty after qualifying, but only if you take it before qualifying, the penalty applies correctly. I believe if you take it after qualifying, it doesn't apply the penalty correctly. Let's see.
Your specialists are a team of completing. You can.
Shut up.
Welcome to your contract.
Oh my god, please. Can I have gone the other way around to avoid all this? Yeah, we go. So I'm just going to take the ICE, but it does say penalty warning. Park Furby it talks about, though. Result in a penalty start from the back of the grid. That's what that says. But let's see if that actually applies. I'm just going to take the ICE. Go into that. I should be at the back. I will be racing in Creator Series, yeah, just not the first 2 races. I'm assuming I get a full-time seat. Let's see. I should be. Well, that said last place. It actually should be a 5 or 10 place drop. I'm not exactly sure on the 2025 regulations, but I think it will do nothing and still give me pole. Let's see. Energy changes aren't park firming breaches anymore, but taking a new one that's not within your pool
And
is still
alongside me in the
grid
commentary
drop.
box today, former racer.
Oh, I think they fixed it. They've silently fixed
let's
it.
have a comms check, please.
When was the last time anyone here in chat had this glitch?
Okay, we might be at the back of the grid.
I think they
It's not the
fixed
best
it.
place to start, but
I think they've silently fixed it. Last game. I think I've had it this game. Tom Mina was in chat a second ago. I think he's had it recently. I think they've silently fixed that. Oh, okay. You had a week ago? Okay. Yeah, I don't know then. But again, this is why they've got to be replicable, because if you go, oh, that's weird, or why isn't it happening? Well, then what if they're trying to fix the bug and they think they fixed the code, but they try it and it looks like they fixed it. They haven't fixed it, but it just so happened to not happen that time. That's why it's got to be perfectly replicable. We're going to do one more thing. It's been about 2 hours now, but we'll do one more thing. We'll do one shot quality at Silverstone. Apparently this can sometimes disallow your lap. Let's have a look. So one shot quality is the important bit. With strict corner cutting, of course. Here we go. Let's see if this disallows my lap as I start the lap. Yeah, it could be just one component, yeah, which is great. And that's obviously the sort of thing EA should investigate, not me. Yeah, exactly. I think we've all seen that bug. I don't know what it is. I think we've seen it offline. Right, there we go. Is it going to drive off track? No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. Nowhere near driving off track. Like, either side. He's completely... Again, I suspect this is something they've silently fixed. Oh, going close. A bit closer that time, I suppose, but... Run low wings. Yeah, all right. Let's run a sweaty setup and see what happens. Top, I think. Okay, this is very low wings. I think it's understeer related then. Oh, for God's sake. It's definitely closer now. I wonder if we oh, stop pressing that wrong button. I wonder if we run. Again, if we're forcing it to happen, is it really a glitch? I'm gonna run something that's just like ridiculously understeery. I bet this makes it happen, but. I think that might do it. Let's see. Oh. It's fine. Anyway. It happens some of the time, I'm sure, but it didn't happen then. So there you go. All right, well, there you go, guys. That was 17 bugs in the end, I think is the correct number. 2 hours we just spent. 17 bugs we found. But to be fair, towards the end there, we were starting to get into a little bit of nitty-gritty, weren't we? We were going like, is this bug going to be replicable? And that's the problem. That's why I was so sure that for these 2 hours, they have to be replicable, because if it happens sometimes, we've all seen it happen before, but you don't know how to make it happen, it's really hard for them to fix the bugs. As a fellow developer myself, I'm not a game developer, but still, if you can't make the bug happen time and time again, it is hard to find the problem. Very hard. If you make it happen every single time without fail, you can fix the bug very easily. So We have still got those 17 bugs we're able to replicate today. We've shown EA how to replicate them. Hopefully they can replicate them themselves. If not, please do reach out, EA, if you need some assistance. And hopefully they will apply a fix at some point. I'm just wary that F1 25 is going to be out for 2 years now with a DLC in the middle. So it'd be awesome if they could fix particularly some of those more prominent bugs we found today. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Please, EA. Love you long time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye. Right, there you go, guys. That's it for me. Thank you for joining me today. I will catch you. Well, that's it now for me for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. The next time you see me will be in 3 weeks and 1 day, and I will be doing Creator Series. Because I'm landing at 6 a.m. on Thursday, that Thursday, but I'll be very tired that day. I might do a bit of work the next day, but we'll see. So, yeah, I'm going to go and enjoy the Americas now. I'm going to go to... flying into Orlando, doing a 5-day cruise, then go down to Costa Rica for 8 days, then go to Miami for 2 nights, then New York for 2 nights. And then I'm back, so I'm going to look forward to it. But in the meantime, guys, my editor will be putting this up. Also, by the way, my editor is going to be taking over my channel. My editor is taking over the YouTube channel. So who knows what he's going to come up with, but I've given him loads of VSE ranked footage. So he's got lots and lots of footage to use. And he's got the keys. He's got complete control. So do join Benjamin along that ride for the next 3 weeks. I've got no idea. I've just literally told him, look, here's the keys. Just do what you do. Here's a load of footage. Here's the keys. I've also given him access to my Caseman career mode season. No idea what he's going to do, but hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's interesting. So do join him for the ride. Do drop a comment and say, talk to Benjamin. He's cool. Do talk to him. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for the last week or so. Apologies that I'm away again, but by the time we get in 3 weeks' time in February, I will be back on the grind. I'm not got any more holidays planned this year. I'm sure I'll go away at some point, but not got any more holidays planned for this year. So we're back on the grind. F1 26 DLC may be announced at some point in February. I've got no idea. Again, no inside knowledge on that. F1 cars will largely be all shown off by that point. They'll be doing some private testing at the beginning of February. So there's lots to go. It can be very exciting times. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your January. Thank you for joining me today. And I'll catch you in 3 weeks. I will try and put some stuff on Instagram and stuff and put some stories up. So do go and drop a follow over there if you want to see that. And as I said, my editor will be taking over my YouTube channel as well. So we'll be plenty of content to go out on there. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. 3 weeks.